Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another AB Daily News with your hockey coach, Guru Coach Frenchy. Today, episode number 239 with your new coach. First of all, the recap game between the Montreal Canadiens and the Boston Bruins. Then I want to talk about Kirby Dach and Samuel Montembeault. Finally, I want to talk about the NHL Draft 2023. What will be the next possibility the Montreal Canadiens select? But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey National Show, and please leave me a comment about this episode. And let's dive in talking about my first subject of the day. My first subject of the day, guys, about the Montreal Canadiens recap game against the Boston Bruins. Yes, they lost by the score 4-2, but what a great performance of Montreal. He took a goal about 5 minutes remaining at the third period for Patrice Bergeron to give that W for the Boston Bruins against the Montreal Canadiens. But again, that night is all about Samuel Montembeault. Another great performance of the goaltender. He showed to the fans and maybe for the staff now, he deserves to be now a regular goaltender in NHL. Again, it's still early, right, during his career, but since the beginning of the season is really showed to us is in progression and his development with the Montreal Canadiens. It's something the Montreal Canadiens have to consider to give him a little bit more game once Jake Allen coming back and the lineup, and not to go the ratio 3 versus 1, but maybe more 50-50. I think he deserves to have more game for the rest of the season as Samuel Montembeault. But today I want to talk a little bit more about Kirby Dach. Unbelievable again performance of Kirby Dach with 2 goals. Is 9-10 of the season. He considers to have his best season in NHL. And then I want to talk about in the past, Montreal Canadiens guys have some kind of difficulties to have some kind of patience. And Montreal Canadiens, I believe right now, they steal Kirby Dach from the Hawks. They rob the Chicago Blackhawks because Kirby Dach is, for me, my biggest surprise since the beginning of the season. In the past, like I mentioned, the Montreal Canadiens trade young players below 22 years old. Talking about Rand McDonald many years ago, trade to the New York Rangers. What about a couple of years ago, Sergachev to the Tampa for Jonathan Drouin? I understand sometimes we're thinking you make a big trade, you'll be helping your future. But unfortunately, I think it's really difficult or a little bit concerned when a team gave away a players below 22 years old because they never reached their full potential before they turn a little bit older, 23, 24, 25 years old in NHL. So today, I want to talk a little bit more about Kirby Dach, his development, his toolkit. He showed up with the Montreal Canadiens in October. We know his size, big 6'4". We know his length, how he play on the ice. We know he have a great hands, he's very shifty. We know his mobility of carrying the puck between the two blue line, and he have a really good entrance zone offensive, and he have great vision of the game. But today I want to mention to you why Kirby Dach is so much better with the Montreal Canadiens. The difference happening to him, guys, is confident. That's really why the reason why Kirby Dach he become who he is today. Listen, guys, the last 9 games, he has 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. His face-off percentage is 61.5, 50.0, 75.0. Yes, he did it. And he continues to improve his face-off. He's going to be a complete two-way center in NHL. He started to play, by the way, on the PK. Martin Saint-Louis gave him more minutes. He played over 23 minutes yesterday against the Boston Bruins. He played against the Boston Bruins his 200th game in NHL. He just turned 22 years old last Saturday. His best season so far in NHL, 48 games right now with 10 goals, 21 assists, 31 points. He's on the pace right now to go over 50 points. Not a bad year for Kirby Dach with the Montreal Canadiens. Now, before we move a little bit more deeper about confidence, I want to let you watching what Martin Saint-Louis talked about Samuel Montembeault at the beginning, and then he followed up with a question about Kirby Dach.
I think it's impressed me with his consistency. You know, I mean, he hasn't had to at least since I've been here, I don't feel he's had to carry the load like that, like he has, and doing it so well. It's very encouraging, you know, and I think he's preparing himself, and he's taking it seriously. He sees the opportunity he has, and he's making the best of it.
How does a player's confidence impact his ability to be consistent?
Okay, sorry, I thought you were saying Caulfield. Yeah, the confidence is a big part, you know, and I always say they, you know, they're responsible for their confidence. Obviously, you know, it starts with, you know, an attitude, a mindset, work ethic, you know, and Docker, you know, he brings that in practice, you know, and I think he gets on the ice in the games and he's ready for it. And obviously he's playing, you know, he had a good start of the season. I think he's feeling good about his game pretty much, you know, most of the season. And he finds himself playing more minutes, playing a bigger role. And, you know, he's fed off that, you know, and obviously finding the score sheet helps that too, you know, and he puts himself in good spot. But, you know, he's also, you know, blocking shots, finishing hits. So he's been nice.
What I can say more. First of all, he answered about Samuel Montembeault, his consistency, the performing game after game. And what about Kirby Dach at the end, what he said, he block shot, he does everything. And for the Montreal Canadiens, he get more minutes. What a great press conference on Martin Saint-Louis about both players after the game against the Boston Bruins. But I want to finish with a statement about the word confidence about the hockey players. Let's finishing, guys, with the word confidence about hockey players. It's somewhat mystical and not sure. This abstract things all players know they need, but they cannot organically produce what they need. It can be nurture, it can be benefit from positive reinforcement, but it need to be self-generated. No one can give you confidence. You have to believe you have it for it to be beneficial, but you can create an environment for it to blossom. My point behind this guy is about Chicago Blackhawks gave up too quickly on him. It gave not him anything to let him believe on himself. Montreal Canadiens opened the door for him. They showed to him what he need to do to work on it, and then they continue to reinforce him. They trust him, they believe on him, and the positive words they bring to him make him to believe on himself. And this is all about communication. It's about the motivation. And when you have coaches really care about the players, they serve them every single day by great communication, and then they show them their passion. They really serve, care, and love them. This is the recipes to success to any players. And that's what Montreal Canadiens provide every single day from the staff management. So this concludes, guys, my first subject of the day. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about the performance of Kirby Dach so far since the beginning of the season. And let's dive in for my second subject of the day. My second subject of the day, guys, a little bit related for my first subject. What? Because the Kirby Dach performance, guys, everything changed. And I think right now Montreal maybe not need a center anymore for the future. And with that performance he provide now, or he showed to the Montreal Canadiens, I think it's time now to trade Sean Monahan at the trade deadline to get in return another first round pick and possibly another prospect or another pick for the Montreal Canadiens. So I think those performances of Kirby Dach changed a little bit the plan for the future for the Montreal Canadiens. And then the NHL draft, the upcoming one, have a lot of center at the top 10. But with Suzuki, Kirby Dach, Christian Dvorak for right now, Owen Beck, Jake Evans, do you feel comfortable this is enough for the Montreal Canadiens to skip a center at the draft and to focusing more as a winger, as a right defenseman, and as a goalie? Do you feel for them would be the best interest for them to focusing on those positions? Do you pick the best players at the leaderboard when it's your turn to pick? Or do you think you have to pick the best player at the position they are looking for? Do you think you should pick any center? Example, let's go with Dalibor Devoski. Let's go with Zach Benson. Let's go with Will Smith. Let's go with maybe Brendan Yager. Whatsoever who they are, do you think they should get the best of the leaderboard and then possibly take that center and move that player as a winger to have a better way, because those players I'm talking about, guys, are going to be a top 6 in NHL. This is guaranteed. The second pick of Montreal Canadiens is going to be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 if the Panthers miss the playoff. Do you think you should looking more for the right defenseman like Sandon Pelika? The next couple of videos, or possibly I will make another special video, I want to talking about different players at the draft to you understand who they are and what would be the best benefit for the Montreal Canadiens to draft. It's still long way. We're only in January. Many of them could increasing their value in February, March, April, May, until the NHL draft in June. So it'll be really interesting what the Montreal Canadiens are going to do for their selection in the NHL draft in Nashville in 2023. Here we go, guys. This concludes my second subject of the day. I would like to hear your comments about my thinking about the Montreal Canadiens don't need a center anymore because of Kirby Dach performance. Here we go, guys. This concludes my App Daily News. Hopefully you enjoy it. But before we leave, we invite you, don't forget, please, to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey National Show, and leave me a comments about this episode. And of course, we wish you an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody.